Okay, guys, the most amazing thing happened. Me and my friend, we went to the movies this past weekend and we saw the most amazing movie. It had Iron Man in it. There was these amazing characters. It was just, it was just amazing, like spectacular, like ultimate movie. Oh, sorry. The next Geekisode is starting to start. Come on. Whoa. Whoops. Sorry. Let's just fix that right there. What's up, guys? Josh the Crow here, and welcome to another Geekisode. If you guys don't already know, Geekisode is where I talk about the many fandoms, from anime to cartoons to live-action films and series. This Geekisode is about the new installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's right, I'm talking about your favorite wall caller, Spiderman Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming is a superhero film that was released on July 7th, 2017. It stars Tom Holland, the young British actor, along with Robert Downey Jr. recurring his role as Tony Stark and Disney Channel's own Zendaya, of whom you might know as one of the star female characters from Shake It Up and Disney's Casey's Undercover. Spider-Man Homecoming was created by Universal Pictures and Marvel Studios, and I don't think I need to give you a list of all the work that they've done. The film is about 2 hours of action-packed, hilarious contact of our favorite wall caller. However, unlike its predecessors, Spider-Man Homecoming follows off where Avengers Civil War left off, making this movie canon to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The movie follows young Peter Parker as he deals with school life and the many mishaps as his growing fame as Spider-Man. This coming-of-age film definitely depicts the young Peter Parker in a different light, as the audience makes a more genuine connection with this young hero.
Excuse me, can we go already? Because I was hoping to get in some light protesting in front of one of the embassies before dinner.
Know him too?
I stole his shield.
But then he beat me up.
In the film, Peter Parker isn't depicted as the troubled college student like Tobey Maguire's version, or like an angsty teenager that Andrew Garfield portrayed. No, the Marvel team went with a more genuine, more relatable approach for Tom Holland's performance of Peter Parker. However, for those that did fall in love with the performance of Tobey and Andrew, this doesn't mean you guys aren't going to like Tom Holland's performance. Tom Holland definitely had me seeing double in many scenes and many clips and many of action-packed sequences of the movie. There were moments that Tom Holland's Peter Parker reminded me of Tobey's Peter Parker as the boy next door, very charming, very humble, very kind, very small boy, very really relatable in terms of just that average high school kid. However, Tom also had his Andrew Garfield moments, whereas Andrew Garfield was like the snarky sass master of what we know as Spider-Man. Tom definitely had those kinds of moments, as we also seen in Avengers Civil War with his fight against Captain America and all the other heroes. Tom definitely brought back, and the writing style was able to help him with it, and his performance just added to it. He definitely had those sass master, snarky comments to not only the criminals he was fighting, but also just life in general. So I definitely saw moments of both Spider-Man's predecessors in terms of the cinematic universe, but Tom Holland himself, I feel, really embodied both the snark aspect of Spider-Man and also the humble boy next door of Peter Parker. And I think that's what makes Tom Holland such a very acclaimed actor in his role as Peter Parker, that he was able to perform to meet both sass and humble and kind. And he definitely portrayed Spider-Man to the best of his abilities. Another great move that the Marvel team made for Spider-Man Homecoming was to make it a coming-of-age story for Peter Parker, as he was coming home for the greatest mission of his life. Get it? Get what I see there? Homecoming, coming home. Get it? Bad joke. But yeah, if you think about the previous two installments of the Spider-Man alternative universe, we got to connect more with Peter Parker or Spider-Man. We never really got to connect with what Spider-Man and Peter Parker as a whole make. usually that's left to the animated series. But in terms of films, I think Tom Holland and the Marvel team definitely went through the route that made the audience try to connect with what it means to be Spider-Man and what Peter Parker is in terms of society and why he's such an acclaimed hero and why he's just a great person. So I think the Marvel team definitely went with that route so that everyone relates to Peter Parker in terms of high school. Like, we've always been that kind of person, awkward, socially awkward, pining over our crushes, just trying to handle life, and then just throw in the superhero aspect of it, relating Peter Parker in terms of how he trying to grow up or meet the standards of his idol, Tony Stark, and trying to pretty much grow into what it means to be a superhero. And I think the pacing of the movie also helped with this. It was evenly balanced between action-packed and then comedical, and then just like building up the story. It definitely was a little bit evenly paced. I did not feel like, personally, I didn't feel like anything was slowed down. It was definitely a good balance, and I definitely felt a strong connection to Peter Parker than I had with the what was it, Spectacular Ultimate, the Amazing Spider-Man, and then the Spider-Man before that. I definitely felt like this performance of Tom Holland and the writing style of Marvel team definitely went with good work to try to have that more connectedness and that more understanding of what it means to be a hero. And lastly, of course, I cannot forget the other characters that helped Peter Parker throughout his story. We have Ned, who is a great side character. He's a great sidekick. He is really funny. He's really hilarious, and he had his awkward moments, but you just like felt so connected to him because he's just really relatable. And then Zendaya's performance of Michelle, she was really independent and really snarky her own way, and you just like, she had her moments of just pure fun and like relatable moments because like when anything that was on her mind, she just said it, and we just all wish we could be Michelle. So Zendaya definitely brought some swag to Michelle's independent nature. And of course, the movie had its fair share of twists and turns. Of course, I'm not going to tell you any of that. Please watch the movie. It definitely had its moments of like, oh, and like, oh, and then like just heartfelt moments between Tony and Peter, which I am just going to say it out there. Tony is definitely a father figure to Peter Parker right now, and I just love that aspect. I know there's like alt AUs with Peter and Tony being like that whole father-son relationship, but I just love how the movie actually goes about doing that, because Tony, as we all know, Tony didn't really have a good family system, so he's like trying to do that for Peter. That's why we know in the trailers that there's that whole father aspect that Tony's trying to give to Peter in the best way Tony can do. And I also love Happy. He was also another very funny character. If you guys haven't seen some of the interviews between those two actors, they will probably tell you that Happy and Peter had a whole big brother, little brother relationship, which I definitely saw in the movie. And I don't know if you guys seen the trailer, but definitely in the interviews, there was this one scene that I saw in like the previews that had pretty much Happy and like Tony and Peter and all in that conversation. And then I would never forget that one. I would never forget that moment, because in the movie, it definitely felt like Tony was like the dad, and like you had Happy and Peter being like the big brother, little brother kind of deal. Because if you've been like the little sibling or the older sibling, you know, like when dad or father or like parent comes in, like tells you to watch over your little brother, you're like, oh, I don't want to watch them. And like that's like Happy's kind of experience. Like he doesn't want to, but at the same time he has to. And then you just like eventually see through the movie, like you see that whole aspect and just dynamic. And I just like that move that the Marvel team made with the writing and the characters. It just made like a good move for them. And I think that's what added to what the movie was definitely about. So in terms of rating, I definitely give this movie at least an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. It was really great for me. I liked it, and I can't wait to see more. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of the cinematic universe. And yeah, So if you like this Geekisode, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below on your thoughts of the movie if you've seen it, or suggest a fandom for me to cover. And like always, subscribe for more content. And until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!